Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Scrappy Piano Teacher podcast. My name is Jacqueline Morozic. You can call me Jackie. This podcast is for teachers who want to create music and magic for their students while also building something sustainable for themselves. And today's episode is going to be a little bit different because, well, I'm really excited about what's coming up. So excited about what's coming up. But this is the start of a short series that, and I don't say this lightly, but I think it might really help shift how you see your teaching because it definitely has been shifting mine. So let me start with this. Have you ever noticed that there are parts of your job that feel really, really energizing? They just light you up, make you so happy, right? You could do it all day. You're like, this is amazing. I love teaching. I'm doing this forever. It's the best thing. And then there are other parts that feel disproportionately exhausting. Like it's not even about how long it takes. It just drains you. You're frustrated and you're thinking, why did I start this again? You're looking around and you're like, how much can I sell my piano for? I've done that. I have actually looked around my studio room and priced out all my things because I have been there so many times. And I've always noticed this about myself, and you probably have noticed that about yourself as well. But I always just assumed it was me, that, there was this lack of discipline. I need better systems. That's why I talk about systems all the time. Because I know that it's something that I need. So I just assume that everybody else needs it. Or I think I need to be more organized. I don't manage my time enough. All those things. Like I just need to be better always. And there's parts of teaching where I just feel incredibly creative and I feel engaged and I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And then there are other parts where I think, why is this so hard for me to sit down and do? Why are these students not getting it? Why did I not get this done? Why did I forget about this? Why did I drop the ball here and there and over there and there too? There's the ball. Always. So yeah, I've just always assumed that it was me, that there's something wrong with me. But a few weeks ago, a friend mentioned something called the 6 types of working genius. And it really piqued my interest to the point where I have been just going down a full rabbit hole ever since I did the assessment. I've been looking into the certification. I'm reading the book. I'm listening to the podcast. Like I am all in. And I'm starting to realize that there's not anything wrong with me at all. It's just that I am wired in a way where certain types of work come really naturally to me. And I don't think this is anything new. I know that a lot of you are into like the Enneagram type thing and, personality tests, Myers-Briggs and all that. But for whatever reason, this in particular has allowed me to be okay with what I'm strong in and what I'm not strong in, because there's always going to be other types of work that are going to feel harder. But that shift alone has been huge for me because it's taking me out of this place of constantly trying to fix myself. Instead, it lets you start understanding yourself, right? And the more I read about this, the more I think about it, the more I look at my own teaching, my own administrative duties, all my online stuff, I keep coming back to the same thought that this applies to music teachers in such a really big way, and musicians and their students. I mean, it really, obviously it applies to everybody, but I'm being very specific and honing in on us and what we do. And it's just big. It's just a big deal. Because, we're not just teaching lessons, we're literally running entire ecosystems. I mean, you're the teacher, yes, but you're also the planner, you're the communicator, you're the scheduler, you're the problem solver, you're the motivator, you're the creative brain behind everything. You're the project manager, you're the operator, you're the accountant, you're all of it, literally all of it. And sometimes you're also managing the emotional baggage, right? Parents, emotions, expectations, all of it. And in most businesses, these roles are split between multiple people. But in our studios, we're doing literally all of them. And if we drop a ball, we have a big problem. And we are not just the happy teachers down the street, with all the cats playing Mary Had a Little Lamb, and giving out the next cutest stickers, which I love my stickers. Don't come after my stickers, right? But this framework in particular suggests that not all work is created equal for each person. So in this framework, if you will, there are 6 different types of work. There's the wonder, invention, discernment, enablement, tenacity, and the galvanizer. The way that it works is the top 2 for you is what gives you energy. That's what you were created to do. That's like, let's do this. You're living your best life. There are 2 that we're all pretty neutral on. Like, yeah, I can do this. This is fine. Not totally what I meant to do, but it's all good. And then there are 2 that will drain you. So that's the way that it looks. So 2, 2, and 2. Top 2, middle 2, bottom 2. And what really stood out to me is that in the draining areas, that's where all the burnout is going to creep in. And you can't avoid them, because when we're doing the jobs that we're doing, we have to do them or nothing is sustainable. And that's what's going to drain you. And that's what's going to burn you out. And it's not because you're doing too much or because you're not disciplined, but it's because you're just spending too much time doing work that doesn't actually fit how you naturally operate. And when I started looking at my teaching through that lens and through running my studio through that lens, it started to help me make so much more sense of it, because you can absolutely love teaching. I love teaching. It gives me a natural high. I love it, love it, love it. I can't imagine doing anything else, but I still feel exhausted with my studio. You could still feel exhausted with your studio, and you can love your students, but we can also still feel drained by everything surrounding the lessons. And the reason I wanted to bring this to you now is because I don't want to just explain it and move on. I really want to walk through this with you. So over the next 4 weeks, I'm going to be turning this into a short series specifically for music teachers. So next week, I have it all outlined where we're going to break down what the 6 types actually are in a simple, practical way. Then we're going to look at how this actually shows up in your studio, how all of these geniuses show up in your studio, how things are being applied, how it applies to music teachers, to our students, to us as musicians, and why certain parts of it feel easy and why other parts feel a lot harder than they really should. And then in the final episode, I am going to flip it, and we're going to be looking at our students with their own working geniuses and how that can apply in our lessons. Because I think this has some really interesting implications for how kids learn, how they respond, and why certain things click for them and others don't. So I'm excited about this because I really think it's going to build on itself. And I think we're all going to get a lot out of this. And here's what I want you to do this week. At the end of your teaching days, I want you to ask yourself 2 simple questions. What gave me energy today? What lit me up? What was great? What had me rocking and rolling? And it can't be coffee. That is not the answer. Wrong answer. It's what part of your work gave you energy. Okay. And then what part of your work totally drained you. And be honest. And don't make it about what you think should give you energy, or not what other teachers seem to enjoy. What actually felt good to you. I mean, are you a checklist person and you just love going through those tasks and doing it from start to finish? Do you avoid your emails like the plague? But really ask yourself what actually felt good to you. And then if you start noticing problems, don't ignore them, because next week, I really want to start putting language into these patterns. And once we can name it, we can actually start to change it, or maybe not even change it, but assist it. Right. Quick note before I wrap up. If you want to try out one of my Coda pieces with your students, I am at MTNA this week when this airs on, March 23rd of 2026. I do have a free piece up. It's just a sample, but I still think that your students will love it. You can go to www.scrappypianoteacher.com/Coda, and there will be a pop-up where you can enter your email and it will send you a free piece straight to your inbox. And if you're at MTNA this week, I am here with the Coda books, so come and find me. I have a coupon code. It is MTNA150. It'll get you 20% off. I do have a huge discount on all of the Coda books, which will all be flowing out, getting released one by one. So if you're interested, that's up on the website as well. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. Make sure that you're subscribed to not just following the podcast, but also to the email list so you don't miss all the episodes and all the information I've got for you in this series. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.